God Daddy's in the building. Boop, 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 boop. Broadcasting live.
From a city near
to
you.
Hopefully. Broadcasting live, welcome back to another brand new edition of COD Daddies. Joining me as always on the sticks, he is the bad dad of COD. Sometimes you call him Muscle V, sometimes you know him as Dixie.
Yo, 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 Muscle V in the house.
And we have again our executive producer. No need for shorts. He's always wearing pants. He is the pants man.
No comment.
Fair enough. And I realized last time I didn't introduce myself. So feel free to ask me anything, because I am Jeeves.
I like that.
That was good.
Thank you. Welcome back to the show, gang. Once again,
Good to be back.
Once again, we do not have our regular producer because we have to assume that Valentine's Day was just a smashing success for him.
It's a two-day success.
It's just maybe he just did so good yesterday that he just has no energy for today. I think that's a reasonable scenario.
Rubbed it raw.
He could have kept it going today. We don't know.
We don't know. We do not know. We haven't heard anything from him yet. I mean, he texted us saying that he's too tired to function. But I think that's a good sign that V-Day was a success, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to start off with a segment I was going to throw to just him. We did very few segments last night, so we're going to go a little more segment heavy today. We're going to do the producer review. So, Pantsman, go ahead and give us some grades.
Okay, no problem. I will say overall, well, I'll start with individual. So
Okay.
V, I need a little bit more of that and a little bit less of this. You know what I mean?
You mean muscle V. Muscle V.
Muscle,
Right?
muscle V. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm pretty sure if we
and-
call you
and-
V, it's fine.
Nope.
And I love the idea. First of all, I love the idea that Muscle V is a code name, but V is too personal.
It feels a little
too
Clark
much.
Kenty in his glasses. Like you take off the glasses and he's a totally different man. I think it makes sense.
All right. And Jeeves, I think that, you're giving me a lot of it, but I needed less of all of it.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And then just to rate myself, you know what? Keep on keeping on. You're doing a great job. And
So
then overall, I would say it's 3 stars out of as many as you need.
Great. That's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the star system for you. That was a 3 out of 10 last night. We spent an hour and a half talking on Valentine's Day. And do you want to guess how long we talked politics?
An hour.
I went and
the third.
I did clock it. It's between the two of you guys. We went. I had to keep crossing it out because I kept thinking it was the end, and then we kept talking a little bit longer. I believe it went 35 minutes of politics talk.
By the way, I just want to say about that. I am astounded that you can listen to this shit.
It's not great.
I don't even mean because I'm not even talking about the content. Like, if you asked me to spend an hour of my life listening to at least 30% my own voice, I mean, I would just end it right then and there.
Well, I do want to point
we're
out
away.
that we're averaging about 17 views per video.
Yeah. I haven't checked lately, but it was at least 17 views.
What constitutes it? Like, how long do they have to listen before they give up and it still counts as a view?
I think
yeah,
the Twitch gods decide. It's more of like a quality, not quantity thing. So it's like if the eyeballs were really staring at the phone, I think that counts.
Okay.
That's how I assume Twitch works.
Yeah, I doubt that's how it works, but I'm just gonna let it go.
So we made I don't think anyone watched last night. I have to assume.
We
But
have
if
three
anyone goes,
previews.
if anyone, oh great. If anyone goes back and does watch it, it's we made a lot of people mad in a short amount of time, which
Well,
is good.
that's
Yeah, I think that's a good move. I like that we basically talked about how ignorant people are and then proceeded to be ignorant about those people almost immediately. Like we were almost like an onomatopoeia of what we were talking about. It was incredible.
That sounds right.
Sounds
So
fancy.
Yeah, it's super fancy. Ignorance is fancy. I went back and looked because we talked about, we had no idea when QAnon showed up, right?
Just to be clear, you want to go back and review the politics talk that we all agree was a mistake.
No, I just want to make a couple corrections. That's it.
Okay.
It's going to be real brief. So do you guys want to guess what year QAnon did show up?
I'm going to say 2017.
2010.
So just to be clear, last night, Muscle V, you said 2020, maybe even 2021, and you've now reverted to 2010. And Pantsman, I think you shifted about a year. You said I think 2018 last night.
Okay.
I was thinking
And I
about horse
said-
tranquilizers, and I remembered that was a thing, years ago. So
Okay. I said 2016, and Pantsman, your adjustment is correct. They did start to show up in about 2017. It was actually the follow-up to Pizzagate, if you remember that scandal.
I am very aware of Pizzagate. I mean, being
A pizza man yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I do like pizza, and I don't like kids. So
I also fancy a pizza, but I don't know what Pizzagate is.
If it's irrelevant in this case, your thoughts on pizza. It was a big conspiratorial, maybe not conspiratorial. Who knows? I don't want to piss anyone off tonight.
I don't care about the politics side of it. Are we getting pizza? Is that a thing?
let's just say yes. Why do we have to go over Pizzagate and what it actually was? Because
Yeah, fair enough.
it's a dark topic that, on what other side you believe, whether you think it's fake or not, it's a dark topic and not very fun to talk about.
Good point. Very fair point. But then in 2016, there was a guy called FBI Anon who really kind of did like this early QAnon bit. So
Was
a
he in
precursor to the actual Q.
Was he in the FBI?
I mean, that's what I think he said. I didn't go back and look at his post, but I think that was the gist.
Was it,
and
was
then-
it J. Edgar Hoover?
I don't think so. I'm like pretty confident he's dead.
Did he come back to life and show up in Dallas, maybe?
Tupac's still here.
Uh,
Tupac.
when you say here, do you mean like in your house? Like you're hosting Tupac tonight?
No, like in America, he's hanging out probably with like
You think he's
Kanye.
in America?
Yeah, hanging out with Kanye.
You don't you think Kanye would be able to keep that under wraps?
I think so.
Kanye can't even like hide who he thinks should win an award. You think he wouldn't mention that Tupac is hanging out?
Well, I mean, they're buddies. He wouldn't do that to Tupac.
Are we sure that he hasn't claimed that, and that
No,
people
that's
just don't believe him?
You know,
That's a good
I
point.
haven't gone back through all his posts. That's a good point. Kanye, if you're out there and you want to clarify this for us, you're freely invited to join the show. Also, any QAnon people, if you want to clear some things up for us, you're welcome on the show at any time.
I've got it on good authority that Kanye is not going to come on this show, but he is an avid listener.
Did
Makes
you
sense.
see Kanye's Super Bowl bets? He bet,
I think I did. What,
bet that,
what happened?
he bet that OBJ was going to get over 63 yards, and OBJ got 52 and then got injured for the rest of the game, and that was $500,000.
I mean, that doesn't. I don't think that means much to him, but that is really funny.
The other 500, that was $500,000. No, that was $500,000. The other $500,000 he put on the Rams winning, which he did win that one.
Okay, so it was a wash. It was
Yeah.
great. Less fun of a story, to be honest.
So I know that you said that tonight was going to be much more, what was the phrase you used? Segment oriented.
Yes.
We're going to be like an orange. And my thought is, how, I mean, not that I ever really listened to it, but how much should we be playing into that kind of morning radio shock jock style of commentary?
I mean, you don't have to do any of it, but people love the zoo. You know what I mean? Like, people are never going to be mad that you went zooey with it.
I think you're assuming, based on your knowledge of me and everything I've ever said, that I'm opposed to the morning zoo, but I'm actually right now advocating that we be more like the morning zoo.
Wow, Curtis! Oh my goodness, that was a great idea for you.
You don't need to do the voice.
Oh, that's really. I think isn't that 100%? Well, it's that and just insulting people to their faces. Isn't that morning radio?
I don't know. I'm not
What
really
else
sure,
is
but
there?
I feel like the modern version of that is not the voice. I just don't want to hear the voice.
I think the modern version is the voice. I think we need to move into the postmodern. Is what you're looking for.
Okay, so like eyes and body parts, like in different parts of the, like not where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Yes, you read that 100%. Please move your eyeballs.
That'll be useful for an audio medium.
Yes. So all of our eyes have changed, and like my ears now in front of my face, and I think we can do morning zoo now, in the evening. With
All
no
right.
one, with what? You get to do the voice?
Well, that's why I didn't want you to do it.
Oh, I see. So
do we have advertisements line up?
Yeah, we'll get into that, but first we do have to go to listener mail. So, Pantsman, who has written into us so far, and what questions do they have?
Oh, we've got Jessica H.
Did
And
you say? Did I catch a Jessica?
I have some respect. These are, real loyal listeners. Okay.
Well, we're morning zoo. They're writing in to get made fun of.
I just don't think it's very respectful. Is all.
That's what they love. They're masochists. All of our viewership clearly would be.
That's a fair point. Jessica H. says, "Hey, I hate you because politics." Comments?
Did she say new listener or is she a long time listener?
Yeah, good question.
Let me review it. It doesn't say.
Can you check her IP? Can you track her that way, or?
Let me hack into her. Let me hack.
Okay.
I'm gonna hack into her.
Found an aid station.
Hold on. Wait. Give me a sec.
Yeah. I know. Hacking takes you a little bit extra time than usual, so it's not your best skill.
I'm in.
In the mainframe, or?
Yeah, I'm in, and
Is there one in the zone?
long-time
Ryan?
listener, first-time writer.
Jeez.
Okay, nice.
Did you say she's an Oakland Raider?
No, I'm sorry. I said long-time listener, first-time writer.
Oh, great.
Found an aid
Great.
station.
We love it, Jessica.
Yeah, keep on keeping on, and don't write in with any more of those awful questions, Jessica. Do better. All right, what else?
None
we
of
got?
these. By the way, I've got a stack. I don't know if you checked the PO box lately, but
Did you
the
print them
PO
out?
box is blowing up. I've got a stack.
Oh wait,
I mean,
you're saying
we're
you're saying they mailed it? I thought they emailed. They
Oh no!
they physical mailed.
I don't know how that email works. I've got the
But
PO box open.
You
I
know
checked
how our
it this
PO
morning.
box works.
That's right. I certainly do. I know how that works. I am aware of whatever goes into a PO box, and we have one. And I checked it, and I've got a stack. Gosh, a 1/4 inch thick.
Okay, all right.
And yeah, I mean, it's just, the paper's pretty thick, so that's like three things. But we got 3 things. That's a lot for first time.
Did they write in with cardstock?
I mean, one was just a postcard, and we can't show the image because we'd have to blur pretty much all of it.
Yeah, we don't have the money for that. Yeah.
Gas is moving in.
Yeah. But yeah, Jessica, I've got her return address, so I will be sending some heat mail of my own.
We have
So
T-shirts.
how did you track her IP with the postcards?
It's funny.
It is funny.
It turns out that you can hack the mail. So there it is.
My God, should we get this to the regular news?
Does
No,
Newman know about
no.
this?
This who?
Newman.
What are you saying?
Newman from Seinfeld. Does he know that you can hack the mail?
Newman. I'm surprised you've seen Seinfeld.
I have.
I thought you said human. I was like, yeah, I'm sure. Pantspin's vaguely a human.
I would say most of the mail came from humans.
Probably no longer true.
There were some bots. I did get some bot mail.
Oh, what's the best bot mail you got?
Well, it's heavily misspelled, so it's kind of hard to read. But the
And you're
S
sure
and-
that's not just our viewers?
well, they both can get and am entitled to a bigger penis.
Good. All right. Great. Glad
Just
you
to
got
be
that
clear,
taken care of.
in spam coming through the snail mail, they do want you to get a money order. That's how they do it. It's not a wire transfer like those digital kinds. Or a cashier's check. I mean, really,
Are those still things?
we're saying yes.
We are saying yes. Okay.
We can do that.
I do not
but
want to do
it doesn't
that.
sound like a lot of fun.
No, I want you to throw out to the. You have to anything we don't know. You throw back to the internet. Say, oh, write to us after you like and subscribe or whatever.
You just want me to get bricks of.
Yeah, that's. I just need to make sure you're doing enough to earn your keep.
All right. Well, fair. By the way, this is. I mean, I had to go through a lot of third parties to mask our corporate entity to pay for the PO box, offshore accounts, lots of things. So
Still
it has been
corporations for sure.
it has been a full-time job for those 3 letters.
Great.
So write in.
But, yeah, but now we don't have to do taxes, so that'll be cool.
Well, I do see where you're coming from with that. I misunderstood the entire point, and I screwed the whole thing up.
Oh, no.
We're actually gonna.
Oh no.
We're gonna owe pretty big. Yeah.
Oh no.
I reported way bigger earnings than we could ever hope to have had. So
Oh,
That's gonna be a problem.
dear. Yeah.
Well, luckily it's a
you know what they say
2023
about money
problem,
laundering?
so-
How they want to make all their dirty money clean by pretending like they've got real transactions that are happening.
I don't know if they say that, but that is what they go for.
I completely misunderstood how that worked. I thought if I just invented transactions that we would be magically
Oh.
getting more money. It turns out that's not. You have to actually already have the dirty cash in hand
You
to
did it without-
launder.
You didn't use a single dirty cash.
I didn't have any is the thing.
You just wanted your nice clean bills. You
No, I didn't
actually
have
dirtied
clean
up
bills
some
either.
money.
I just committed essentially fraud. I guess you can call it fraud. Yeah, I just made up transactions, pretended like I was earning money, but no money was earned. So now the government really is. I mean, once you tell the government you've got money, it's going to be pretty hard to convince them that you don't.
So this is what we need to do.
And I do
watched-
apologize. I shouldn't have used your social security numbers and your personal information in that. I just thought that we were a team, and so I did implicate all of us in this. So
Great.
So there's a way to fix this.
just be aware of
I've
that. You're gonna get
watched
some letters.
I've watched videos. we need to buy a
handle them
jet.
during listener mail. That should be
Yeah.
Government, please send it to our PO box. You probably know where it is. Sounds like you got it all spelled out for you. We look forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely.
So I've watched a lot of video on this
That
kind
was
of
good.
stuff.
That was probably the worst version of listener mail you could have. Have to go to jail at the end. So great. Perfect. What? I think we need to move on quickly now, I think. Just trying to make sure we don't do anything illegal in the next segment. Dixie, what do you got for us? Oh, yeah, actually, that is what segment I want to do. You pitched a business at the end of last meeting. It was terrible. What do you got as a new business idea?
gas you don't want to breathe. Make your way to the safe zone.
I lost audio for a second. Can you guys hear me?
Heads up, lads. Cash drop
You're talking to Muscle V, right?
Yeah. Muscle V, you are on the show still, right?
Can you guys hear me?
Did you mute yourself, buddy?
No.
You are technically the co-host. You really should be saying words. I think.
This is the most Muscle V has ever been on this show, to be honest.
Can you guys hear me?
His presence is being felt strongly. I did think it was a lot of me and you, but I really still felt very in play for Muscle V. Did you leave? Oh, he did leave. Not he. Okay, so he just fell out of the airplane. At some point, if you don't jump out of the airplane, you get kicked out. And he got kicked out of the airplane.
Wait. So in the game, he's been kicked out, and on the chat that he hasn't left, he is not responding. Should we call 911? Are we worried about him having an aneurysm or something?
I mean, we're always worried about it. I don't think. We just got kicked.
How much of your time do you spend? Are you just constantly worrying about aneurysm? That can't be helped. That could give you an aneurysm.
Honestly, he's usually much more responsive than this. Even when aneurysming. I think I just had one. No, he's probably just taking care of the dog. Actually, no, Muscle V, he's probably peeing. That really takes the
He
most.
could be doing that with the dog.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe they're both peeing.
Can you guys hear me?
I'm sure he'll be back.
Can you hear me?
Well, I guess we'll go back to I don't know what's committed any crimes since we talked about the last crime committed.
I'm really I'm not at liberty to discuss that right now.
You're not liberally allowed to talk about it.
There's an active investigation, and I'm just not allowed to comment.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Well,
at all?
I mean, it'll infect the investigation.
You get to redeploy.
On the advice of my lawyer, I'm not allowed to infect the investigation with.
You win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you're done, it's time, soldier. Break 'em. Your teammate has failed. They're just you and them. Finish it. You're done. We're sending you back to base. Learn from the loss and come back stronger.
Of our daily lives as we usually
Listen,
do.
Can you guys
Listen to
hear
me,
me?
Jeeves. I have goddamn integrity. I'm not going to lie about actually using the products. I'm going to tell people to buy it, and then we're going to move on.
Hey, can you guys
Good.
hear me?
Hey!
It was
Hey,
something
our
with
co-host has
Discord.
returned.
Something with Discord.
When you say something, you mean you like hit the wire and are now blaming the product?
No, everything was working. I could.
Okay.
I literally could hear you guys. I was trying to talk. I was trying to tell you I have a solution to our tax issue. I've watched a lot of videos on this. and
Hey, so stop. We're going. That's 2 segments ago. We're on a new segment.
I have a solution.
This
You
is
want to
like-
hear the solution?
Muscle
No.
V, this is like when you are in a conversation and you come up with a really great joke, but the conversation's already moved on, and you're like, "No, I'm going to tell that anyway."
It's not
Yeah,
a
you can't
joke.
tell that joke.
It's not
We've
a
moved
joke.
on.
It's a solution.
No, we're on the segment now where you pitch us a new business idea.
Okay.
We want to hear your business idea.
Okay, it's buying a jet.
That what your
And that's
business
a
idea is
business now.
buying a jet?
Yeah, if you have too much tax money,
Making a
you
purchase?
buy a jet and you
Are you doing the
offset
fucking
your
legal
taxes.
thing again? That's not a business, Dixie.
You can buy jets and rent them out.
Does it have a fucking name?
Yeah, it's called jet fee.
We're not having a business called Jet Fee. No one's going to do that.
I looked up the domain and it is available for $14.99.
Well, of course, it is available.
Is every business idea you come up with going to be just your name thrown into it?
If I have business partners, we might be able to throw their name into it.
Oh my God, you said Jet V. I thought you said Jet Fee. Like you have to
V.
pay fees on the jet that they rent.
No, Jet V.
Oh, you know what though? You should charge V's instead of fees.
That's
Oh
sweet.
wait, actually, if you know, it would be great. Now this would be a little more expensive because you would have to completely, redesign the plane. But what if your jet was shaped like a V?
That'd be sweet.
Oh.
I mean,
A flying V.
should I
That's
call
actually pretty good.
Elon?
Why? He does Mars stuff.
Yeah, it's
You
gonna
want
be
to call like JetBlue or something?
no, it's gonna be full electric.
What you've learned.
Can you imagine a super sleek, modern, expensive luxury jet that is made by JetBlue?
I cannot. All right, that went fine enough, I guess. That could have gone worse, I suppose. Anything else you want to
Real-
shoehorn in because you were out?
Enthusiasm coming from Jeeves tonight.
Set a drop point.
think you're in your head.
Soldier.
You're the only one listening, and so you're like in your head on why we're terrible.
Suggest you start
No, we're terrible. There's no need to be in our head about it.
Secure the car.
We're improving actually, believe it or not.
I do a different segment if we want to transition.
You have a segment? Okay, hell
Yeah. Terrible customer service.
You've given some or you received some?
Received.
Okay.
It's received.
Was it at Costco?
No, it was not. It was my internet issues that I've had.
Okay.
Like the one you just had a second ago.
No. Like, I didn't have internet all weekend 2 weekends ago.
You survived that.
We had to listen to the ham radio. You
You have
Yeah,
a
don't-
ham radio?
listen to the Olympics in a ham radio.
Did you not read the text?
Did he share this in a text?
Yeah, we didn't have a broadcast Saturday for a lot of reasons, but one was he didn't have internet.
It's very Well, wait, did he mention the ham radio? That's the part I'm hung up on.
I thought that was a joke. That is a joke, right?
Oh, for sure, a joke. We actually had to watch
Okay.
DVDs, which I didn't know
Yeah.
still existed.
Oh, I really believed you had a ham radio in your life.
It's like if you're out of internet for that long, like anything's in play. It's like Lord of the
True.
Flies. Like whatever you can get your hands on is fair game.
Yeah,
I once
it was
went-
terrible.
1 to 2 weeks without internet.
What?
No,
Was
okay.
it-
On
I should
purpose?
say 1 to 2 weeks without Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure I did have
Objective up.
a phone with
Defend that position.
cellular.
It's not quite the same thing, but it is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
What was this during COVID?
That for me, that was like 7 years ago. It was a long time ago.
You mean like metaphorically or actually?
It was literally a long time ago. I was living.
Okay.
Nope, can't say that. It was like 2015 or something, and or maybe I don't know 2017. I don't know. It was a while ago, but it was
It was
brutal. And
yesterday.
then actually, when I moved into this apartment, I had another weird Wi-Fi issue where I know this is supposed to be a customer service. I'm making it about Wi-Fi, but I had a weird thing where this apartment came with free Wi-Fi, but it was like 2 megabits per second or something. It was awful. And I didn't want to pay for my own separate Wi-Fi because they told me they were going to install super fast 100 gigabit per second high-speed internet, but it was going to be a couple weeks. And I literally had to pay extra to have a mobile hotspot on my phone so that I could work because I was working from home.
Survive this.
Oh,
So
my.
the only way to be able to work and access my work stuff was to pair my phone with my work computer.
That's terrible.
And they told me it was unlimited. So I was like, great, I'm going to spend my day working and spend my nights watching Netflix all through my phone. And then I got a text message from some evil internet company saying, oh, hey, we're about to throttle and slow down your service because you've
Oh,
used way
no.
too much.
It's unlimited up to like 5 gigs or something. After that, it's like unbearably slow.
And the thing
Did you
is,
send-
I asked.
did you
Like, I
send them
knew
back
that
a
was
letter?
the thing they could do. So I asked specifically when I paid for the hotspot. I was like, just to be clear,
Fight your way
is
out
this
and you
truly
return to the
unlimited?
front
Like,
line.
can I do, and they were like, no, it's fine. You use as much as you want.
How much was the hotspot? Like, how much extra
It was
was
like
it?
$20 a month. I only need it for like a month and a half, so I spent like maybe $40 on it. With
For 20
Did
bucks,
you-
that's still like 8 or whatever, 8 or 5 gigs is still very little as a
Did
hotspot.
you send them back a letter accusing them of absolute terrorism? Because I would.
well, and remember, this is
Awful
during the period
human
where
beings.
my boyfriend was living overseas, so we were FaceTiming daily, and that was actually taking up a big chunk of the data too, and we had to stop for a period of time because we couldn't because I could not risk because literally because of COVID I was not allowed to go into the office. Like I remember messaging my manager and being like, hey, like in the event that my internet just doesn't function, like can I come into the office? Like what is my backup? Do I have to take a PTO day? Like how am I supposed to function if I can't work from home? And thankfully it didn't come to that, but yeah, it was
I
a
don't
whole
know. I don't know the right stuff because I'm not a lawyer. But you should get LegalZoom back out here. I mean, I think you can sue.
I already threw away the ad copy. I don't have it with me anymore.
Damn it, Adcot. Why would you throw it out? You have to read it like 400 times.
I thought I had it memorized, but as soon as you said the words LegalZoom, I was like, it's not there.
Who are those? They do what do they do?
I mean, if you want me to talk extemporaneously about my use of it, because I do use them quite extensively, but I'm not going to do that again because there will be a time when we do something I don't indulge in, and I don't want to give the impression that because I'm reading ad copy that means I believe in the product because most of the time I won't.
Right. Well, we're not going to just accept GIF money. That's not going to happen.
The peanut butter? I love
The
that
peanut
butter.
butter. Oh wait. Oh, you like? Have you? No, you don't like GIF. Wait, no, I don't like Peter Pan. We won't accept Peter Pan money. Do you like Peter Pan too?
That was a whole journey.
I forgot which peanut butter I don't like. Soup?
You got so aggressive
Legal
with me for daring to say I like the peanut butter you also like.
Well, I mean, it's not my favorite peanut butter. There's better peanut
What's your
butters.
favorite peanut butter.
I would have to check my. Oh, we have Jif. It's Jif Natural though. It's not normal Jif. You idiot.
Is it organic?
I don't really know when they say organic what they're talking about.
It's made organically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything's made organic. I don't even know. What would be non-organic peanut butter? Like, did you GMO my peanuts? I'm in for that.
Definitely.
Tell me if you did that. Did you make it so that I can't get, lice or whatever bad stuff you get from peanut butter? That'd be great.
So anyways, back to my customer service story, since that derailed a little bit.
We're in a segment.
So yeah, I did not have internet for 2 days, and I called them and messaged them 2 straight days. They're like, well, we can't do anything until Monday. We'll send a guy out on Monday. Okay, so somehow Monday morning... Oh, good.
There's not a chance that you're still on minutes, is there? Because that was not that far in the distant past.
No, I could still use my cell phone. If I needed to do hotspot, I could. Which I was planning on doing hotspot Monday, but surprisingly, at 8:30 in the morning, my internet came back up. So
I
I was
like that that's surprising to you.
Yeah, it was surprising.
The service you're paying for is returned.
It was surprising. So I called them and I'm like, hey, I didn't have internet for 2 days. Now it's back up. Do you know what happened? Because nobody can tell me what happened. They're like, oh, there seemed to be an outage on Sunday night. I was like, well,
This was during the big snowstorm. Like, it's not a mystery why it went out.
It was
right?
no. The snowstorm was Thursday, Friday. It went out Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't see it. So they're like, well, it looks like there was something in your area where they had to go and fix. I'm like, well, when was that? They're like, oh, well, it wasn't reported till like Sunday at 6. I'm like, well, then that wasn't my issue because my internet went out Saturday. So, anyways.
Well, if no one reported it till Sunday, I mean, that would be crazy. But, I mean, technically, I guess they could not know. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I put a thing in the group of where we live, and nobody responded back. So,
What do you mean in the group? What are you talking about?
Facebook group. We're in a Facebook group for our community, and people post stuff.
What?
Yeah, you guys aren't in Facebook groups.
I'm not 100.
Yeah, Courtney's my wife is in a Secret Santa group. I don't know how they probably use Facebook.
So, well, anyway, so nobody responded. So they're like, well, do you want to keep the
Well,
technician?
yeah, of course nobody responded. First of all, none of you had internet.
Yeah, so do you want to keep the technician or not? I'm like, well, is it going to be free? They're like, yeah, no charge to you. They can come out and make sure that things are good and kind of see what exactly happened. So I was like, all right.
Why would you say no to that?
I didn't. I said, no, you can keep
Yeah,
the appointment.
Well, yeah. Well, who would say no to that?
Why
So
did you even ask?
Yeah.
Just send them.
Yeah.
faster.
Of course, I still want someone. I don't have internet. I'm talking to you. Of course, I need
Yeah.
someone to help.
So at this point, I have internet. It's 11 o'clock, and I have a meeting. I'm on my meeting, and next thing I know, my internet goes out. I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
What day is this?
This is Monday morning.
Oh my!
It was Monday at 11. My internet goes out. So I was like, what the hell is happening? So I look outside the window, and the tech guy is here. He must have like disconnected something to like check the wiring or whatever.
Oh my God, that's so funny. You should have canceled the meeting.
Well, I couldn't because I mean it was somebody else was leading it, but I couldn't cancel.
No, sorry, no. You should have canceled the meeting of the tech guy. You should not have kept that appointment. That's hilarious.
Well, I asked them. I said, "Are they going to disconnect my internet?" And they said no. So I was like, "Okay, if it's not going to affect me at all, then why would I cancel? The guy can look all he
Right
wants."
on your tail.
So, anyways, it was out for like a couple minutes. So I just logged back into the meeting. It wasn't terrible. And then
Yeah,
the
but it's
guy-
really funny. They're like, no, we absolutely will not disconnect your internet, and then immediately disconnect your internet.
yeah,
First thing he does.
it gets better. So he comes to my door, or
Did
he calls.
did he even tell you that he was there yet
No,
when it disconnected?
no. He
Amazing.
just showed up,
This guy-
disconnected it.
This
Oh.
guy's the new hero.
It gets better. So he calls me and he's like, "Yeah, I checked your system. It's something outside. I have to call a technician to come
Wait,
out here."
the guy that's outside called you?
Yeah, he called me to tell me what the issue was because I
Oh,
guess
he's like 4 feet away from you.
no, he's outside in the street. I'm in my office.
Your office
but
being
office?
your house, being your house though.
The office in my house. Yes.
Yeah, like not. He didn't have to go into a building. He just had to knock on your door to talk to you.
Yeah, but because of COVID, I think they're trying to do as much as they can through the phone.
Right. So disconnect the internet. Call. Piss off. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
So he tells me that he's got to call a technician out. It could take 24 to 48 hours, but you can definitely see an issue with the outside box, and it's definitely causing issues with my internet. I was like, okay,
Even
well,
though, so at this point, the thing has been working for like 24 hours.
no, it's been working since the morning at 8:30
Okay.
a.m. and he showed up at 11. So it's been like 3
Okay,
hours.
so 3 hours of sweet, sweet internet.
Yeah.
Sweet relief.
So I told
Okay.
him, I said, well, that's not going to work for me because I work from home. So if I can't get internet, I cannot work. So he said he
Right.
put a ticket in. And then he goes, something else I can do here, but let me ask you a quick question. Now you could say no, but do you have a wrench for your tires? Because apparently his tire was broken or something. So he wanted to like, yeah, he needed something. And he asked me if I had anything that he can use to kind of fix his tire.
That's amazing.
So I was like, I mean, I guess like I'll take a look, right? So
I'll take a look.
so
You're
I,
now servicing him.
yes, I took a look and he came to my garage door and I'm like, well, I got this. This is all I got. He's like, that's perfect, great. I was like, okay. He's like, I'll be right back. Perfect.
Did you say you can have it back as soon as you reconnect my fucking internet?
Well, my internet is up at the moment, so I do still have
Oh,
internet.
okay.
Yeah, I do still have internet.
Okay.
So he goes out there. He's like, "I'll be right back." So I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like standing at the door on my phone or whatever, waiting for this guy. You know, he said, "I'll be right back." And like,
You were never gonna see him again.
I'm waiting like 10 minutes, and the guy still is out there working on something. I'm like, "Fuck this shit." So I went back to work. I wasted all my lunch on this dude. I went back to
Ugh.
work, and an hour and a half later, he calls me. He goes, "Hey, yeah, this thing's working."
On you again.
He's like, "This thing's working great, but I can't really get to it very well because I need to lift the car up. Would you have a car jack to lift,
Oh
lift
my
the car
God.
up? And I was like, no, I don't have one of those in my car because obviously this guy's already taken up over an hour of my time. I'm not gonna give him more items of mine.
He's just going to be stuck there then, though, right?
No, his response is, "I'll just find a big rock." And I was like, "Great."
What do you mean? You can't use a big rock.
He said I'll use a big rock.
What?
30 minutes
That
later,
doesn't even track. Like that's not how
What do you?
anything works.
He's gonna lift it up onto the big rock, or like flip it into neutral and roll over a giant rock.
I don't
Either
know.
way, I don't think
I'm,
it works.
I'm
right?
not sure what he did. I was kind of annoyed at this point. I was
What the fuck is
very
enemy bomb. Did you just get a message saying enemy bomb near you?
no.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'll try to stay alive. Keep
Yeah,
going.
I was very annoyed at this point.
Yeah. No. Obviously.
So 30 minutes later, he comes to my door and hands me back the thing, and he's like, "All right, well."
Were you? Did you wait? I'm sorry. Did you not watch the big rock situation? You just trusted that would happen.
I had stuff to do for work. I can't just sit there and watch this dude like
I am
try
at
and
this point
figure
dropping.
out.
I am dropping everything I'm doing, and I'm watching out the window.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm with you, Jeeves.
No way I'm not watching him to use a big rock as a jack.
I was annoyed. Okay, I was very
You
annoyed.
can, yeah, you're. I mean, there's a good chance he's losing a leg during this venture if he's really going for something.
It's possible. But yeah, 2 hours after my appointment, he comes back with the wrench thingy, and he's like, "Yeah, I put in an appointment. There's a possibility they come today, but best chance is probably tomorrow or after tomorrow."
Now, at this point, is he talking about your internet, or is he talking about his car?
No, he doesn't say anything else about his car. He just says he put the appointment in, and that's about it. So I was like, "Great."
So the car's
Thank you.
fixed is somehow with big rock.
I don't know. I told him to get the hell out of there. Politely, I was like,
No,
"Thank
you.
you."
First of all, I
I
was
got
just
shit
say
to
no
do.
fucking way you said that.
No, I didn't, but I was like, "Thank you."
You
Bye.
should have. Oh my.
So, was it Wednesday? This is 2 days later. Wednesday, somebody comes. Again, I was told I wouldn't have my internet cut out. Yet again, my internet does cut out.
Naturally.
Yep. This
I
guy,
don't know why you believed them the second time.
I know.
Yeah, that's the second time's on you.
This guy comes and does something and then just leaves.
Can you stay alive?
Yeah, but I'm being nope.
No. Okay. Anyway.
This guy does something outside, doesn't even call me, doesn't even say anything. I see his car, and then just leaves.
Amazing.
So I was like, okay. So I called, called my internet provider, and I was like, well, this has been a pain in the ass. I'm like, so did this guy do anything? Did he fix the issue? Like, where are we at? They're like, yeah, he fixed it. You should be good to go. I'm like, okay, well, now I need to get talked to the retention center because this has been absolutely atrocious.
Do you know what he fixed?
No.
Amazing.
They said he rebalanced the thingies outside. I don't know what it is, but he like rebalanced.
Not heard of that, but could be a thing. I don't know.
So I talked to the retention center, and I'm like, look, this has been terrible. I was without internet all weekend. Then I have these guys come in, fixing my internet, turning it off. Like, I can't work from home this way. I'm losing money if I can't work. And if you guys can't provide me service, then I gotta go somewhere else.
Right.
So I was
And what did they say?
So this guy's like, yeah, no problem. He said, well, we can give you $25 off for, you not having service then. I was like, great, but what else can you do? He's like, well, let me see. He's like, so I see you're paying about $65 now. He goes, I can lower an extra $10 a month. I was like, great. Okay, that sounds
forever?
fair. For next
Just
12
in
months.
perpetuity?
For 12
Okay.
months. I said,
Yeah,
I said
that seems fair.
that's fine. So my bill would be $55 instead of $65, and they gave me a $25 credit. Great. Then I get a phone call from this technician guy's manager, and he's like, "Hey,
Oh boy.
we came out there, we fixed it. I do see another issue. The whole home Wi-Fi that you have is actually the Eero 5, and the Eero 5 only goes up to 500 megabits per second. since you have the gig, you actually need the Eero 6. I was like, so you're
Mhm.
telling me for 6 months that I've had this system, I can never achieve the internet I've been paying for. So he's like, well, let me see what I can do about getting somebody out there. He's like, it probably won't be today, but let me look at the calendar for tomorrow, and I'll call you back. He goes,
And then he said, wait, and then he said, and I guarantee you, your
Yeah.
service will not be cut during the.
well, if you're switching the whole home Wi-Fi, I would expect my service to be like out because I have to go into your house for this, right?
Is that what? I don't know what the Arrow 5 and 6 is. Is it that hard to set up? Is that not something you can do?
I can, but they have to. He wanted a technician to come out and do it, so I was like, whatever.
Or to rebalance the levels?
I just said whatever. I said, when can the guy come out? He goes, well, let me check the
I
schedule
would
tomorrow morning.
absolutely have not said. I'd be like, do not send anyone to my house ever again. I do not have a jack. I do
Yeah.
not want a man stranded in my house.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I will just be overpaying.
He said, let me check the schedule in the morning, and I'll give you a call. He's like, what time can I call you? I was like, anytime. He goes,
Literally never.
so I said anytime. He goes, it's not going to be anytime because I check it at 5 a.m. and you don't want me calling at 5 a.m. I was like, okay, how about 8? He goes, 8 is perfect.
Okay. Nobody believes that anyone working in telecom is going to be on time with the time they say.
Right. So next
If
morning,
he says he works at 5 a.m., that guy's getting in no later than 9 a.m.
I
Oh.
guarantee you he does work at 5 a.m. because he probably doesn't have any calls till 9 a.m. and he just figures he'll work on the clock.
Yeah, clocks in.
yeah. So next
All right,
morning,
anyway.
8 a.m. rolls around, no call. 9 a.m., no call. 10 a.m., no call. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna call this dude.
All right, soldier.
So
You
like,
have his number?
yeah,
You
'cause
called him back?
he called me on his cell phone. He's like, call me back if you have any questions or issues. I was like, okay.
I think this guy was flirting with you, V.
I do too. Like this is definitely getting.
When can I call you?
This is borderline
Now
affair at
it's
this
hard
point.
to get. It's classic.
So I
Like,
called.
I'm not gonna shut off your internet. Oh, whoops, was that me? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, like it gets better. Just keep listening. So
Oh my God, what?
So 10
The
a.m.
story's not over.
No, 10 a.m. I call him and he's like, "Hey, I was gonna call you, but
But you didn't.
it's too early for me to know the schedule. If you're gonna be able to pin the schedule today, so I'll call you back when I know." I was like,
What?
"Okay, well, you
Wait,
know,
this is like midday at this
it's
point.
10,
The guy
it's 10
starts at
a.m.
5 a.m.
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. He starts
Okay,
at
5 hours after his supposed shift.
Yeah, so I'm like, they're not coming today. There's like no fucking way.
Obviously not.
So I don't hear from the guy the rest of the day.
Shocking.
Obviously.
And you got dressed up and everything.
I got dressed up and everything. Yep.
This is like he's just at this point you're just getting egged, so that you're actually really interested in him.
Next day is Friday. So again, I'm waiting for this guy to call me. No call. It's like 9:30. I call this guy. He goes, "Hey, I was just about to call." Like before I even said hi, he goes, "Hey, just about to call you. I can definitely."
Absolutely not. 0% chance he was about to call
He's
you.
like, "I'm gonna squeeze you in today, anywhere
Oh,
between like
thanks.
11 and 3." I was like,
I'm gonna
This
squeeze you
still
in.
sounds sexual to me.
Well, he gave you a 4-hour window. I'm guessing he misses the mark.
No, the guy actually came around 2:30, 3 o'clock, I think.
Okay, so right at the top of that time frame, though.
Yeah, this dude reeked of marijuana.
I don't have a problem with that.
No,
Unaffected by that
when,
fact.
But when you have kids and the whole house now smells of marijuana.
Whoa. Okay. Wait. He was how long was he? Oh, I guess he was in your house.
He was in my house for
Yeah.
like,
And you do have a baby.
yeah, he was in my house for about
Job well
10
done.
minutes.
You're telling me
Oh.
the house smelled like sex and marijuana?
Sex and marijuana, yep, all day long.
The whole house.
So he fixed it, whatever, great, okay,
Fixed it.
everything's...
What did he? You mean he just installed a new one?
Yeah, he installed the
Right.
new one and then he took the old one back, but everything's working as it's supposed to.
Okay.
So today, I get an email saying my bill is ready. I was like, okay, well, let's see this credit.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Now, again, right, my bill was $65. I was promised it would be $55 with a $25 credit. If you were to guess how much my bill was, what would you guess?
$75.
Jeeves?
I'm just gonna assume they didn't do anything. I'm gonna say 65.
$90.
Oh my god.
They charged me $50 for the tech to come out.
Oh, they insisted on.
Plus, they charged me an extra $10 for the whole home Wi-Fi, which was included in my bundle.
You're losing ground.
And I'm sure they charged you $10 inconvenience fee because they had to keep dealing with your phone calls.
I didn't see that, but I mean, I'm sure they wanted to. So I call my internet provider, as you typically do when your bill is incorrect, and I'm like, "Hey, so my bill is incorrect. I got charged for this."
Are you furious at this point? Are you still calm, like level-headed? What's happening?
I'm like, "This is ridiculous, right?"
It is absolutely insane.
Yeah. So the first lady I talked to, she's like, "You're right. The tech service shouldn't have been charged because it was our issue. So let me take that off." I was
Obviously,
like, "Great." So
that's not even a question. No one's questioning that.
Yep. So she's like, "I see that," and then she said, "I see a $23 credit, but nothing else." I was like, "Okay, well that needs to get fixed too." I was promised $25 credit, and I was also promised my bill to be $55.
Yeah, how'd they get $2 shy of the like?
I don't know.
That's super weird.
So she's like, "Well, I can't fix that for you, but I need to send you to the retention center to get that fixed." I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever." So I go to the retention center.
Your best friend's over at the retention.
Yeah. I go to the retention center. It's some other dude, obviously, I think. Or maybe it's the same guy with a different name.
We've been looking forward to you. Your call.
Yeah.
I don't think I could see a world where they use the same name as last time. I don't see a world where the same guy just picks a new name each time.
It can happen. You've never seen those scammers?
I would do that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you had a horrible experience last time? Okay, my name's now suddenly
John.
DeMarcus.
John.
Hi. We've definitely never spoke before. What's your issue? It's weird that I sound exactly the same as the other guy? Yeah, that's weird.
So at this point, the $50 is off, and he goes, "So I see your bill, and your bill is $65." Right. I was like, "Well, that can't be because the other person said my bill is $40-some." He's like, "Well, I see it as $65, and what I see is what it actually is." I was like, "Okay, well then I have a lot of issues here." I was like, "The first issue is I was promised."
How is this still going?
Yeah, I said I was promised that my internet would be $55 because of this new promotion that I was offered. He goes, "Yes, I do see that. However, with this new promotion, the whole home Wi-Fi is not included. So we did give you the new promotion. However, the $10 fee, you still have to pay it."
Oh my god!
So I was like, "So what you're saying is, when I was told I would be saving $10, that $10 I was supposed to save is now me paying it for something else?" He's like, "That is correct." I was like, "Great."
Which was at no point explained to you.
I was like, "Great," because the other person said that it would be $55. He goes, "Well, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. It's not included. We can't take it off for you." I was like, "Well, do you have recording of the last conversation? Because this is what the guy said, and you should definitely honor what your representatives say." He's like, "We do have recording, but there's no need for that."
We know that it's for training purposes.
Yeah, right. He said, "There's no need to go back and listen to recording." I said, "Okay." He said, "Let me talk to my manager and see what we can do." Great.
Oh my.
So he comes back and goes, "We can give you a one-time credit of $20. And I said, "No, that's not going to be acceptable."
Yeah. Absolutely not at this point.
I said,
would have been fine if that's what they said the first time, probably.
Yeah, I said I'm paying an extra $120 now when I should have been paying $55. I'm paying $65, so I'm back to where I was. So the guy's like, "Well, unfortunately, there's nothing else I can do." I'm like, "Well, then, I haven't had luck with you guys. I'm really going to start looking at other providers." He's like, "Well, let me see one last thing what I can do." I was like, "Okay." So he comes back and he goes, "So I do have another option. This is probably going to be the option you're going to go with. But we do have an option where your bill is going to stay the same. However, we can offer you a $300 Visa gift card."
What?
So let's do the math. So $10 a month times 12 months is $120, right?
Gas is moving
Is
in.
what I was
New
asking
safe
for.
zone highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
They come back with a $300 Visa gift card.
Yeah, I don't really understand what's happening.
In order to get the Visa gift card, you do have to change your bill to $1,000 a month.
Yes, you have to pay only 3 times more than what you were paying.
No, it's
I
the,
was-
it's the same $65 I was paying before, except for this time they're gonna give me $300.
So confusing.
Now, can you only spend this money at AT&T or whatever the fuck?
So I
Yeah,
I
is it-
did ask, and they said no. It's a Visa gift card. You can spend it however you want. And now it does
Okay.
take 90 days to get it to me, but I mean once I get it,
And when they send it to you, it's going to be like for $20.
well, I mean again, it's all recorded, so when it's $20, I'm gonna be complaining again.
Yeah, but you
Well,
heard
now-
there's no need for that.
Just to reiterate, like I hear what you're saying. Like, yes, it's recorded, but are you recording it? Because at this point, by this point in the conversation, I'd be like, hold on, let me get my tape recorder. Let me get my talk
Absolutely,
boy.
absolutely. You could be an internet sensation on this alone. Forget our broadcast.
You know, I did not record it at the moment. I was not thinking about that.
You fucked up.
I definitely should have probably though, right?
Allied UAV
Definitely.
Hunt
This could be like an
down.
episode of Serial at this point or some shit,
This
Um,
has been an episode. This has been a season of Serial.
right?
This story.
This is
So-
crazy.
Yeah, so obviously I accept it because why would I turn down an extra, extra money?
Please tell me the story has ended.
That's the end of that story, but I do have another story.
Now, wait, V. Before you
slow-
launch
slow
into
down.
your next, before we get to season 2 of Serial, I actually think that would make a great podcast. Is
Yeah.
just a spoof of Serial, but it's all about trying to get a bill fixed.
That would be
I think That would be
hilarious.
fantastic.
I do as well. That story was fucking crazy.
Right?
I thought this was gonna be a horrible segment, and you were just gonna sound like a dick. And you get dicked over early in Act 1. It turns out.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
I thought it was pretty crazy too. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, wait a minute, they're refusing to give me $120 off because that's what they said, but they're willing to give me $300 because.
Teammate is in the
I'm not even sure what the worst part of that story really is. Like, I think the tire jack is pretty aggressive.
Oh, that guy! Once it took him longer than like 5 minutes, I was already annoyed with it. I almost went out there and be like, you know what, guy, I got shit to do. I can't be.
But
sitting
your
out here
bill
waiting
going
for
up
you.
when they said they're gonna save you money is so crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna save me money by literally adding the $10 back
Your
in
teammate
a different
has
form.
failed. They're sent back to base.
Yeah, that's wild.
Victory rests on your shoulders. Finish the mission.
Any other follow-up questions?
I don't have
Yeah,
any
what's-
follow-up questions. I do before just to give a little bit of a palate cleanser between that story and your next story. I do want to say
No, we're
Um,
saving the next story for another night. You're not going into another customer service story after that.
The other-
First of all, there's
no,
no
no.
way it's anywhere as good.
The other story is very quick. It's about getting my dishwasher today. It's very, very quick.
Okay. Is it actually quick, or am I going to owe you $10 at the end of the story?
It's gonna be quick. Promise.
okay, go ahead.
So I got my dishwasher delivered today. It's about 1:45. I got my dishwasher delivered,
Gas is moving in.
and I think nothing of it. Right? They bring it into my house. They leave it. They leave. Go into my office, and I'm just sitting there. I hear like a truck backing out,
Inbound.
and then I hear like people talking, and I'm like, "What is going on out there? Like, what is happening?" I look outside, and the truck is just standing there. And 2 guys are like walking around the truck. I'm like, "What the hell is going on?"
They were looking for a rock.
They just weren't leaving, and I saw somebody like behind them, so I'm like, maybe they got in an accident or something.
Your street's a very amenable street. Please bring me back. By the way, your street's a very nice street to just hang out on.
It's a one like it's a dead end, so there's
You
really
don't have to
nowhere
tell the
go.
listener that. I know the street.
Yeah. So a UPS truck comes, and they have to move their huge ass truck, so they move it. My one neighbor across the street, the back of her trunk is like completely dented in.
Oh no.
My theory is these guys were backing out, or these guys were like backing up on the road, and this lady wasn't paying attention and backed out into them.
Oh. Oh,
I can-
you think she hit them?
I can send you pictures, and you guys can let me know what you think. I'll send the pictures here in a second.
Okay.
But that's it to this story. But it's.
I don't think that's bad customer service. That's just a weird thing that happened.
Well, it was different than customer service. It was a little different.
Yeah, but you're in the customer service segment, as you know, as you started.
Your
I mean-
segment, buddy.
Yeah, but like
I
change
do
of
want a
pace
better
for it real
name.
quick.
I would like a better name for the segment, but obviously we want to hear more of that. Anytime you can tell a story exactly like that last one would be great.
That was a really fucked up story, wasn't it?
You're insane.
It was insane for a long amount of time.
You know what the worst part of that story was? At
No.
no point, like as ridiculous as it was and as whining as it was, at no point did I say, they wouldn't do that. Like, it was all like,
Right.
yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Especially the money stuff. The guy asking for the jack is crazy.
That is hilarious.
I mean,
And
I
then
learned
just
my
saying-
lesson of
Then
being
just saying
nice.
he'll need a rock. Did you?
I'm not gonna do that again. Next time, maybe like call AAA.
Can still buy your freedom.
So
I mean,
I'm reviewing the photos you took, and I know this is sort of, we don't have them to show to whoever's miraculously still listening to this, but what I love most about these two photos you've sent is that they're really, really blurry because they're through your dirty screen of your window. I didn't realize you were surreptitiously taking these photos through your own window.
It's
Well, you
not.
know what?
It's not
That's,
a dirty screen. It's. I have a screen on my window, so that's why
To
it
be
comes
fair-
out that way.
To be fair, Pants Man, that's after Snoop Dogg came and serviced his house. So that's weed smoke you're saying.
Yeah. Isn't that car? Doesn't that look like really fucked up though?
It does. It kind of looks like my car when I totaled it.
Did you hit a service vehicle?
I hit no vehicle. I hit a bridge.
They say don't do that typically.
Well, so
The bridge had it coming. I know.
So what happened was I was on my way to a New Year's Eve party. And
That's really bad start.
I know. Well, you would think, like any part
On
of this,
your
like,
way.
it's New Year's Eve, you would think there must have been alcohol involved. But in fact, I was on my way to the party. I hadn't had anything yet. So I'm driving, and it starts downpouring. I mean, it was like sheets of rain coming down.
Hey, V, I need you to
And-
buy me back while there's still a fire sale.
Can you get me by station?
I'm not like loaded yet.
Right here.
Tagging buy station. Found an aid station.
Okay. Anyway, keep going. Keep going. Pants
Anyway,
Man.
so I'm on the road, and when I hit this bridge, it must have had either a different pool of water. I don't know. I hydroplaned, completely spun out, smashed the back end of my car into the barrier of the bridge. My car was completely turned around. Now, thankfully, it was very light traffic, so I didn't hit anything or anyone. Well, I hit something, but I didn't hit anyone. And then I'm facing the wrong way down the highway.
Yeah,
and-
that's never good.
Not good at all. But again, thankfully, virtually no traffic. So one car or maybe two cars like came up and went past me, and I was then able to kind of get turned back around. The car drove like butter. Like the car drove like nothing had happened. It was
Oh,
perfectly fine because only the back end got smashed. The front end was completely untouched. So I pulled off to the first exit, got to a gas station, looked under the lights at the back of the vehicle, and it was smashed to bits, but it was fine. Like, it was completely intact. So I drove it home and, did not go to that party and looked up insurance and this and that. And then Like it drove fine. So I just kept driving it for like a week.
Oh, you shouldn't
and-
do that.
Well, I didn't have a choice. It was the only vehicle I had.
Okay.
And it was fine. I mean, it really was fine, genuinely.
I want you to know that Muscle V was about 4 seconds from getting killed.
Yeah.
By
From a
suicide.
-1, yeah. Definitely -1.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
once they inspected it and got the estimates, they were like, basically the cost of fixing it isn't worth the value of the vehicle, so you got to go buy a new one.
Got a ride over here. Designating target.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it was totally.
This- Why did you end up calling eventually?
I'm sorry,
Why did you call them eventually?
the insurance.
Yeah.
Well, I called them first thing Monday morning or whenever the
okay.
first like business day was. I didn't like not report it. I just while I was waiting
they
for
didn't
them
get back to you.
next and figure out the paperwork, I didn't need a rental yet because I was able to drive the car just fine. Once they totaled it,
Oh.
I had to get a rental until that was the other thing, if you want to have a bad customer service. So my
Yes.
insurance company,
I think we're still in that segment.
my insurance company tells me you've got they gave me a rental car and they basically said we're going to have this taken to the shop. They're going to do a breakdown estimate because the surface estimate was pretty close to totaling the car but not quite, and they wanted to get a more detailed estimate before they approved any work because they thought it might end up edging past the point of being totaled. So they take it in. I wait like a week. I finally get word, yep, we've totaled it. You're not getting your car back. Instead, you're going to go buy another car. You can keep the rental. I think they said, I'm trying to remember the exact thing, but it was like, this was like I want to say this was like on a Thursday. And bear in mind, this whole time I've been kind of car shopping because I could kind of sense where the wind was blowing. So I was
Sure.
looking into what I would do as an alternative. And I could be getting the timeline wrong here, but my recollection is on a Thursday, they told me you've got until Tuesday, and then you have to start paying for the rental. Or maybe they gave me a week, but it was very short. I had very little time between finding out I had to buy a car and when they were going to pull the rug out from under me on the rental.
Now,
Yeah, that's
you
tough.
didn't have money at this point, right? They just said we're going to give you a check.
Well, that was the thing. I was like, no, wait a minute, because they're like, well, or maybe that's what it was. It wasn't when they told me it was total. It was once they mailed the check. That's what it was. So I knew for a little while I was going to have to get the thing. So I had already picked out my car. I knew what I was going to buy, but I think it was on a Thursday they mailed the check, and it was a physical check. They mailed the check on Thursday and informed me, okay, because we've sent you the money, now you've got until Tuesday to get your car. And I was like, no, wait a minute. I have to get the check. Then I have to cash the check. It has to clear. Then I have to use it to buy the car. Like, that doesn't add up. Like, there is not enough time
that's
physically
surprising.
for this to work. Like, I get that you start the clock once the check
You
has
can't
been
start the
cut.
clock once mailing. That's crazy. Why? I guess it can't be that short of a time frame.
Yeah, I was like, this is absurd. So I talked them into giving me, I think they gave me they gave me a 2-day extension.
That's like what you get in like high school to write a paper.
Enemy dropping
It was
2 days
ridiculous.
just to buy a car is crazy.
Well, on top of that, so the car I wanted was a Honda Fit. Now I was going to just completely replace.
I was gonna say the Fit's the one you totaled, right?
Yes, I totaled the Honda Fit. I was just going to go buy another Honda Fit of the same, year, same make and model. I was going to get the exact same car and just replace the one I had.
Adventurous.
The problem was when I started looking around, there weren't a ton of options to just replace what I already had, and also
Yeah, Honda
I
Fit
made
was
the mistake-
super popular.
I made the mistake of test driving one of the new ones just to see.
That's how they get you.
And I was like, oh, I didn't know they had all these new features. Like
Your
like
car had a shitload of features when you first got it.
when I first got it, it was pretty cutting edge. But for like a economy vehicle. But
Yeah.
but the
It was
the
like
new
it was
ones
like
are
for
like
college
you
kids,
can,
right? Like,
you can
crazy
do
features.
adjustable. No, I was well out of college when I got the Fit.
No, I know, but I thought that was the point of the Fit. Was it was supposed to be cars
Oh,
geared to college kids that had all the nice features of like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
luxury car.
right. Well, so the new ones have like adjustable, auto adjusting speed control and all
Oh,
these safety
such
features.
a nice oh my god,
The
it's such
cruise
a nice
control.
feature.
And I was
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so once I saw that, I was like, okay, I've got a hefty down payment because of this check from the insurance company.
As soon as it clears.
As soon as it clears. So I had gone to a bunch of dealerships. I had picked out the car. I had worked out the price. I mean, I had it exactly done. I had negotiated everything. I had haggled my way to the exact number I was going to pay. It was all set in stone. And then I said, great, where's the car? And they're like, well, we haven't received it yet, but we'll have it soon. And I was like, okay, when? And they're like, it'll be, probably a couple weeks. I was like, okay.
Couple of weeks.
Now, at this point, this is early in the process. So at this point, I still think I have time. Well, like a week goes by. I'm like, what? Just looking for an update. Like, we've got this deal. Where's the car? And they're like, yeah, it'll be probably a couple weeks. I'm like, what? And then I called another dealership and I was like, hey, I see on your website you've got this car on the lot. It's exactly the car I want. Same exact car. I've already worked out this deal. Can you match this price? And they're like, absolutely no problem. We just need to get the car ready. We just received it in. It's not ready to sell yet. And I was like, okay, well, how long do you need? They're like, probably a couple weeks. And I'm like, you need a couple weeks to take the plastic off the interior or whatever?
Yeah,
like,
well,
what are you talking about?
what is that process?
So I Googled around and found out that the Honda Fit factory in Mexico had like a fire and was shut down. And there was like a bottleneck where they didn't have cars coming out. Like they just didn't have new ones coming to the lot because they had an actual fire. So I was like, okay, I'm being strung along because they don't want to lose the sale, but they also don't have a vehicle to sell me. And I was like, shit, and now all of a sudden I've got a fucking clock. I've got, you've got days, not weeks to figure this out. So I went to the Toyota dealership. These people could not have cared less about me. Like I literally walked into a car dealership with a mindset of, I need a car. I'm desperate for a car. I have no time to waste. I've got to spend money here and now. And when I walked in, there were like three guys who clearly worked there on the sales floor who were just kind of hanging out. And the guy who was already with a client discussing something was like, oh, hey, let me help you. What are you looking for? And I was like, well, I don't really know yet. I'm kind of just wanted to see what different cars you have. He's like, I was maybe thinking about a Prius or I don't know what else, maybe a Corolla. And he's like, okay, yeah. I don't really have time right now. Hey, and he gets some other guys like
time right now.
He's like, he grabs a key, takes me to a Prius, says, here you go, take a look, let me know what you think. And then like took off. And I was like, just left me in the car. Yeah. I was
wow.
like,
did he say take a test drive, or he's just like look around, don't drive it?
Did you just
I don't remember.
Did you just leave with the car?
I didn't take a test drive. I literally turned the car on and it had so many goddamn buttons and whistles. I was like, I don't know what all this stuff is, and he had no interest in showing me like what the features were. So I was just like, I can't actually this seems honestly complicated for some reason. And this dealership seems like trash. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm leaving. And I know, Jeeves, you have been a Subaru man. My parents have been Subaru people. Like I've got
Subaru, baby.
A lot of Subarus in my life. And so I was like, well, there is a Subaru dealership. I'll try them. But I really genuinely think, and again, I haven't told this for the viewers, but you will know this, those of you who know me. I genuinely thought the Honda Fit was a sexy car. Like, I loved that car. I was like, this is my fucking sport car. Like, this is my Mustang. Like, I am into this. And
I can't confirm, but that is amazing.
It is astounding, I know, and ridiculous on top, but I really genuinely felt that way about that car. And I remember buying it and thinking, I'm driving a spaceship. Like, that's how I felt. I felt that cool. And I don't care that that's absurd. That's how I felt in that car.
Hey,
So
good for you, man. Live your life.
I saw the because I like a hatchback. I don't like the sedan with the trunk thing. So I saw the hatchbacks at the Subaru side, and I was like, these are fucking station wagons. Like, these look lame as shit. There's no way I'm buying this car. And then I went to that Subaru dealership, and they gave me a test drive of the Impreza, and I was like, okay, this is actually like on par or better than that Fit. Like, and I don't really care what it looks like. Like,
Hey, most ticketed car in America, buddy. That's a sexy car.
what, the Impreza?
The Impreza.
Not the hatchback, buddy.
No, definitely not the hatchback. Definitely like the WRX. But still,
Yeah.
Hey, look, you're part of a club now, man.
And yeah, I mean, it was the right price. It was the right car, and I was like, all right. I mean, it was more expensive than the Fit I had already worked a deal out for, but it turns out there weren't any Fits to buy. So I went ahead and got myself an Impreza, and while I still think it is a boring as shit car, I don't really need it to be anything more than point A to point B. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Well, those extra bucks went straight to safety. So
And
I mean, try to tell me safety isn't sexy.
here's the other thing. The dealership closed at like, or not the dealership, the Enterprise rental car. They closed at like, I want to say 6:00. And the Thursday that I had to return the car or start paying for the rental, I drove to the dealership and bought my new car. Like, I think I drove to the rental agency, dropped off the rental, went straight to the dealership, bought the car, and drove it home. Like, it was within an hour of having to pay for the rental, I managed to get my car.
Oh, nice. Just under the buzzer. Excellent buzzer beater. It's a sports moment.
So if we look at like today's world, right, where the economy, there's like no cars available like anywhere, right?
Right. Yeah, very, very different than when you two buy cars.
Yeah. So
having just bought a car.
How would that work if they're like, hey, you have till Thursday? Like, you can't be like,
oh my god,
I'm gonna go buy a car right now. I can only buy like a Ford. Or whatever fucking car is available, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know what you would do. I don't even think you can get Fords. I think you'd have to go. You'd have to find like a used Mitsubishi or some shit. I don't know what you would do.
Well, used cars are selling like used cars are selling new cars right now. So
yeah, I don't know what you would do. Try not to get in any crash. So, Pants Man, who was the bad customer service in that story?
Toyota.
Well, there was two. So it was originally a story about the bad customer service of the insurance company that was giving me no time between paying out the insurance claim and actually being able to use the money. I had like literally at most a week to get the check.
Yeah, that's a little tough.
And then use it to buy a car. And then a notoriously time-consuming process, by the way.
Yeah, right.
And then the secondary bad customer service was that Toyota dealership that was like, no, we don't want your money.
Oh, well, we're throwing a flag there. You were not a customer, so not customer service. Bad sales team.
He was trying to be a customer, and they didn't.
Yeah, but you weren't. Yeah, but you weren't a customer yet, so it's not customer service.
I still count it as customer service.
You didn't achieve that much.
So if Vitaly's story was about trying to get internet...
I don't know who that is.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Are we going to go back and bleep all these? So,
no. I mean, that's your job, so you tell us.
When Muscle V told his story, if it was not about getting repair, but instead if it was about just trying to get the initial setup, you're saying that story isn't about customer service until the sale is done?
Until he's paid some money, yeah, that's correct.
No, I would say as soon as you walk into that building, you're a potential customer, and it's all considered customer service.
Well, I'm sure that's the warm fuzzy you're hoping for, but that ain't the definition of a customer, buddy.
Supply box location.
You can't chalk that up in your sales reports.
Yeah, but you can't be a customer if they're not willing to sell you a car.
That's fine. Again, totally.
I hear what you're saying, Jeeves, and I get your perspective on that. My counter argument is that while I may not technically be a customer until I've spent money, it is still customer service.
Why?
Because, like, for instance,
It's pre-customer service.
if you go into a Target, for instance, and ask a question of their sales team or whoever happens to be on the floor, they're going to, like, the company would deem that customer service. That is customer service. They are helping a customer. Even if I don't actually end up spending the money, it is still, if you call up, the ISP, you're going to call a team labeled customer service, and they're going to take the entire call and call it customer service, even if you are not a customer.
That's just because they don't want to check to figure out if you've ever spent any money at Target. There's just too many products.
Your teammate is in the gulag now. If
So you
they
admit you're
survive,
wrong?
they'll
Or-
rejoin.
Absolutely not. No point were you a customer.
Jeeves, when you watch this back, go back to this moment because something awesome just happened.
Okay, Pantsman, what's the minute mark?
Like, is that a thing I should be able to know?
Yeah,
How
you
do
should
you,
be able to know
like-
what minute. You should be able to know what minute in the show we're in right now.
Like hour
How
or
do you
something.
find that information?
You're the producer.
Should I set a timer as soon as we start? Like, what do you want me to do?
Your
Absolutely.
teammate is redeployed.
Yes, I
Stand
do.
by.
I would say we're like an hour plus in.
What do you
Started,
mean
like,
you would say?
we started at
You could just-
9:45 or
just
9:50,
say
right?
that.
You're
we
the
can
one
start-
that wants us to say.
Gas is
Jeez.
closing in. Relocating the safe
You're
zone.
supposed to get the mark.
From what?
Get it. I don't know. I'm not the producer.
Got a loadout drop.
Anyways, I killed 2 guys, and it was sweet the way I killed them. The whole scenario worked out amazing for me.
And you don't want to describe it at all for our viewers. You want me to go watch it personally?
I want the viewers to watch it personally. Oh,
I guess, you know what? Good point. I guess they could watch it. They get your
Yeah.
feed. Fair enough.
Here's what we're gonna do.
I just killed
if
2
you're-
more guys. What the
All right, if
fuck?
you're
What's
listening to this,
happening?
if you listen to this, take the time code down on when the things he's saying happened. I want you to write it down on a Post-it, put it in an envelope, stamp it, send it to the P.O. box. We'll get it into 6 to 8 weeks, and then we will review it.
And
And by the way,
you'll owe
don't
us
put
money.
any other context. Don't put like date or time or episode number. Just put a timed code in the mail. We'll figure it out from
Gas is
there.
moving.
I think that's fair.
Okay,
Well, we can make that.
something is definitely weird because I'm killing these guys, but I'm not getting credit for it. I'm in a bunker,
Oh.
so maybe it's something
Let's
with
get to
this
the safe
bunker.
Have you ever seen?
Are you in practice mode?
No, it's something with this bunker.
This is a
It's being
thing.
Weird.
What do you mean? What are you talking? Have you ever seen Shutter Island?
Nah.
They turn into like zombies when I kill them. They like burn.
What?
Yeah, here, come where I am.
Have a target location.
Okay. Handsman, go back and watch Shutter Island. Getting back to our conversation from yesterday.
Setting
Right
waypoint.
here,
Did
there's
we
a,
mention Shutter Island?
No, but we mentioned movies that you would not want spoiled.
Oh, right. I know nothing about that movie other than there is like a twist to it.
Good, perfect. Then you know why that relates to yesterday.
Setting
Yes.
waypoint.
So go watch that.
Oh, this is infuriating.
isn't that
You
weird?
have so many movies you have to watch.
No, so I haven't told you this, but while you guys are
Hey,
playing,
you have to go though.
All right. Well,
Okay.
just real quick. While you guys have been playing a video game using internet and technology, I've been spending this time doing a physical puzzle that I bought from the Goodwill. And like dead center of this puzzle, there is a piece missing.
Oh,
Jeeves,
I
we
guess-
got gas coming. Oh, now I'm getting shot at.
well, there's no way I'm taking a -1. so.
Up there. Right, we're paying.
Hostiles in
Did you say
the
you're missing a? You're missing. I'm dead. Relax.
Okay.
Did you say you're missing a piece?
I am missing like the centerpiece to this puzzle, and I am certain it just wasn't in the box.
You
At the
win this
Goodwill.
fight and you return to the front line.
Yeah,
But
Goodwill.
if you lose,
Yeah.
done.
You should. You know what? You
Seems
should
like a
take that.
risk.
You take that to Goodwill and complain. See what their customer service is like. Perfect. It can't be worse. Let's see. What time is it? All right. Let's do one final match. You guys good for one more? Oh, we're done. Just want to call it? We went a while.
Let's
We
just
probably-
call it. That's our duty,
Here
right?
if you
Let's just
need
call it.
supplies.
That is almost the show name.
I had like
Yeah, that's fine.
I had like 5
I'm
or
actually
6
good with
kills
that
there, but something's weird about that
I don't-
bunker.
I don't think you killed real people.
That's possible. It's very possible.
I think maybe you imagined it. Maybe it's some weird thing. I've never seen that bunker before, so who knows? I'm glad you didn't end up getting more kills than me. Do I still need to go back and review the tape?
Yeah,
I guess
go,
I probably
go
should.
back to the very end, like this last.
All right.
All right, should I stop the stream?
No, well, you gotta end with a closing thought. Jeez, you can't just hard cut the stream. Pantsman, what do you got for us?
No comment.
Okay, I just farted. That was funny enough that I caused a tiny fart. I hope that comes across on the stream. What do you got?
I can
what do you
smell
got,
it.
Dixie?
We need to go back to the replay. I should have at least 5 more kills on that one.
Great. And I just want to remind all of you listeners, if you have any bad customer service experiences, send them in. We can't wait to review them on the stream. But also, none of your customers till you pay. So we also might not take any of your questions. Later.
We definitely want. The only way to send questions is to post them.
God Daddy's out.